Thursday. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Wentz now on first down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you can...
And down he goes, a Buccaneers sack. Dante Fowler able to record his 5th sack of the season. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Wentz. Open man is Taylor. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a former Florida Gator at quarterback Kyle Trask.
It's been said many times, but football definitely in this guy's blood. Grandfather Orville was an American Football League champ with the Houston Oilers, and his parents, they named him Kyle after the football field at Texas A&M. Determination, he's got it. Never started in high school, still went to the University of Florida, had to wait his turn there, but showed that he's got what it takes. A definite pocket passer, but potential to be a starter in the NFL.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 136 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Trask. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And they go play action. Here's Trask out to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trask escaping the pressure right. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Throwing, Trask. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the
touchdown Colts. Zach Pascal, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now the point after try for Santos. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll try to throw now. Trask finds the open target, Arnold. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd down and goal. Trask. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Dan Arnold with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. A 10-play drive that time, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go.
Wentz now on 1st down. They'll find Williams on the slant. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Throws this one right side to Pascal. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Here's Wentz to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Santos able to take on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. To throw again on second down. Trask. He completes it to Beckham. Touchdown! Odell Beckham. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Carson Wentz and the Colt offense ready to go back to work. And a trio. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Tavon Austin leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield, as sharp as you can be throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Jameis Winston, strong in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front, as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. It's Price. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, here's Trask. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. On 2nd down, it's Hines, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They run again with Hines. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Running left, Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Throwing is Wentz. He finds his man, complete. It's McLaughlin. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Wentz. He finds his man, complete. That's McLaughlin. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Returnable here for Davis. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Trask. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Trask from the gun on 3rd down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Trask now off the play fake. He'll buy some time right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Trask. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd down, Trask. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a one-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. Pass incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's Fournette. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Trask now looks to throw on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A handoff to Fournette. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A run with Fournette there as he'll push this forward for about 4 on first down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean,
and I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4th down, Trask. Open man has got one. It's complete. First down now, but that clock rolling. Fournette. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Fournette once more on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Four yards remain for second down. To throw is Wentz. And that's caught by Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a leap and he will make the catch. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And down he goes, a Buccaneers sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Now after the sack, Winston the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. That's pulled in at the 32. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, it's Fournette. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 107 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Now Leonard Fournette. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
This is Fournette. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Bucs, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh